Okay, so good morning. My name is Chris Pond from TPG, the project group. This morning we're going to look at the Microsoft App Store and apps for Project Online and Project Server. So the slide deck will be made available to you after this. There's a brief couple of slides just to talk around who TPG is, what we do, and how we help organizations as well. So bear with me one moment while this just kickstarts. There we go. So I'd like to thank you for attending the Coffee Break webinar. We do have a series of these that are running on every Friday at 11:30, and they talk around various different subjects around Microsoft Project and Project Online. So TPG, we're a full-service provider helping organizations to implement the Microsoft Project Online stack. In the UK, we've been going since 2008. And from Germany, the headquarters, since 1998. Personally, I've been deploying PPM, Project Portfolio Management type toolsets, for about 16 years now, both with Microsoft, with Artemis Scheduled Publisher and AMS Real-Time as well, so various different tools that are available, of course. So in terms of who we work with, we are a Microsoft Gold Certified partner with Portfolio Management specialization. We sit on something called the Partner Advisory Committee or Council, so we're well aware of the life cycle and roadmap for the toolset as well. We have a number of products that extend the great capabilities of the Microsoft stack. One of the key ones is TPG's PS Link, which looks at integration with line of business systems and has some specialization around SAP as well. And we are SAP certified for that product, and we're PMI certified for training as well. We have a number of subsidiaries around the world, obviously in the UK, America, Africa, and other countries in Europe, and we have implementation partners outside of that as well. Okay, so as you can see, we have solutions for organizations, we provide consulting, we have products that we look at, and training, and products are really the key things we're going to look at today around the App Store stack. So apps for SharePoint, I don't know if you're aware about this, but the Microsoft Project Online toolset sits within Office 365, and within that stack we then have the ability to have applications. So very much like on your Windows phone or other smartphones that you're available, we have those in the SharePoint solution. So apps for SharePoint, as it says, they're easy to use. They are lightweight web applications, so they're not installed within your environment itself. If you use Project Server, for example, they're in Microsoft's Azure cloud as well. They are very standard ways of being able to deploy applications, and they extend the capabilities of SharePoint in a web sense, but also you do have apps for Office, so within the desktop tools as well, Project, Outlook, Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, people can deploy applications to those as well, although today we're going to concentrate on the web side of things. Okay, so in terms of the apps for SharePoint today, what we're going to actually look at here, we're going to look at Project Server and Project Online. We're going to look at TPG's WBS chart web app, the milestone trend analysis, risk chart, TPG's Team Manager, and Work Viewer, which comes from a third party that we want to be able to show you as well. So here we have the SharePoint store. So in the SharePoint store, you have the ability to actually search for apps. On the left-hand side here, what we can see is various different products that are available to us: Excel, PowerPoint, Project, Outlook, SharePoint, and Word, as I said earlier, and different categories as well. So one of the categories that we will look at in a moment is around project management, of course. So you can see all your apps in here. Now, to add an app is pretty straightforward. Again, you have to have security and access controls enabled and the correct level of access, of course. So for me, I'm just going to click on add an app from within, and you can see I'm within Project Web App here. And apps can come from different locations, so they don't just have to be apps from the App Store. It is possible for you as an organization to either create your own apps or to only allow certain apps to be implemented within your environment. So, you know, if you're in a more secure environment perhaps, or you don't want people just going out, then you can define that as well centrally. So we're in the SharePoint store again. This time we're going to go and do some searching. We're going to look at the project management apps. So you can see on the screen here there are a number of different apps. We've got things like bubble charts, so TPG's risk chart kind of top center. We've got an MTA chart, Fluent Pro, who are a great Microsoft partner as well, have a load of different applications as at the same time as well. Okay, so we have all of that available to us. What we can then start to look at is we're going to delve into one of these particular applications. So now I've searched for all the TPG apps. There were the risk chart, the MTA chart, and the WBS chart. And what I want to do is go and purchase that. So I'm going to purchase that. It's in this case, I'm on the US store, so it's $19.99. I can buy it or get a free trial as well. And a lot of the apps do have free trials that are available to you as well. And certainly from TPG, we provide site licenses if requested. And ours are also available in multiple languages. So at the moment, English, German, and Spanish as well. So I'm going to confirm that I want to add the app, and I do that. And again, these things do actually happen almost as quickly as I'm doing this. And of course, you've got to be able to trust it. So there's a whole piece around trust that's very clear around allowing the app to access the data within, in this case, your Project Online environment. And then it's going to add it to my site content. Site content, by the way, is where you can go and access all the various different capabilities that are available within your project site as well. So here we have now my TPG WBS chart. So work breakdown structure chart that's now embedded in the SharePoint site associated with my project. What I can then start to do is drill down into it. The great thing about the WBS chart, for example, is that rather than allowing, some people don't get milestone chart, don't really get Gantt charts, or they're not really interested in that. They want to see it in this particular way. So we can drill down, see some more information about that work breakdown structure. The ones that are crossed out are completed. The ones that are red, you can see there are kind of running late. And then we can actually drill into that in a bit more detail as well. So you can see things like the WBS coding structure, the start and finish date, the task name, red, amber, green indicators, those kind of things. So that is the TPG WBS chart. So you can literally implement it into your environment in minutes for very little cost. And that's the same for a lot of the apps as well. But again, I haven't had to spend time installing something in a protracted way as well. So some of the other apps that are available, here's TPG's milestone trend analysis chart. What it allows you to do is take in the data from your project schedule that's stored centrally in Project Online. It allows us to take snapshots on a regular basis to see how things are progressing with the project. So if we look on the right-hand side where we have our graphical representation, what we can see here is the reporting period across the top, and our project period. So when is the milestone actually planned to happen on the left-hand side here? So if the milestones are hitting their targets, the lines will be straight or horizontal. If they start to go up somewhat, then we're starting to slip against the original plan. So what we can see here is that actually this project, unfortunately, is actually slipping against what we had planned to happen. But it does give us a very graphical representation of that information as well. And then risks. So obviously within Project Online and Project Server, we have risk available, so we can capture our risks in our SharePoint site. So we can see those risk lists. What we can then do is graphically present those on a classic 5x5 grid, where we have probability and impact as well, and then I can see those particular bits of detail and drill down into them if I want to see some more information about that. So we have that type of information that is available to us at the same time. So as we have a look here, we have the ability to then go further. And what we now want to do is look at some of the other capabilities. TPG has a team manager product. That's giving us the ability to view and track absences, training, and other non-project commitments. And it's an app that sits, again, with Project Online. It allows a resource manager to plan and assign resources, check out the availability of those, and like I said, it integrates with Project Server and Project Online. And like you saw with the other apps, they can be up and running in minutes. So in this particular case, we've got Project Server and Project Online on the left-hand side, and we've got Team Manager on the right-hand side. And it's really allowing a team manager or a resource manager to say, look, what's actually going on with my resources, and provide them to the project manager. So if we have a look at the use case here, the project manager is going to request resources in Microsoft Project. So they're going to say, I need a developer, for example. The resource manager is going to be able to see those, and they're going to be able to schedule not only the requests, but also the non-project type work, like activities for business as usual and absence. And then what happens, the resource manager commits those to the project. So in this particular way, what we can see here is the resource manager can see for John, John here, what his capacity is, what absences he has, what operational work, and what projects as well. And we can see where the overloads are very clearly as well, where the overcapacity is. And we can also see that graphically, so we get a typical kind of histogram and availability line being shown there as well. So this is an app you can buy now from the App Store and deploy it within your environment as well. And here's a bit more detail around what requests are coming through and what commitments we have by team and by different projects as well. So really the benefits for it are it's about matching resource requests from project manager requesting generic requests and the resource manager staffing those with named resources with those type of skills as well. And really we're looking to eliminate project delays and get rid of that overutilization. And again, the great thing about Project Online is it is that central repository for your project resources, so we can start to see exactly what's going on across our resource pool for all of those type of resources based on all of the work that they're planned to do as well. And again, you know, there are various different apps out there. This is the Work Viewer app from PS Plus. I've selected some of my resources, and again, as we were looking at resources just now, we can see that information in various different ways. So here's a kind of, I kind of think of it a bit like a Sasco wall planner view of the world. I've got my resources on the left-hand side here, yeah, and then I can start to see their availability on a day-by-day basis. So again, I can change the colors. Light green means they've got full availability. The darker green means they're fully utilized, and red shows any overloads, of course, as well. And we can see a more compact view of that as well. So you can get, you know, a helicopter view or 10,000 feet view, whatever you want to call it, across that view as well. So apps, there are literally hundreds and thousands to choose from in the App Store. Again, very easy to go and look up, go to Bing, do a SharePoint app search, and you'll be able to find those. There are apps for the Office products as well, if you wanted to do that. They're easy to install, and of course they have full security. They're within the Microsoft Office 365 and Azure areas. And they really extend the out-of-the-box capabilities of, certainly in our case, we're looking at Project Online, but there are other capabilities around things like workflow and reporting as well that are also available. So I'd like to thank you for your time today. If you have any questions, do feel free to, I'll be around for a couple more minutes, so if you want to use the tool set to ask questions, then feel free to do that, and we can look at that as well. So I'll go on silent, but I'll answer any questions that come up in the screen as well. So thank you for your time. If you have any questions, like I said, use the tool, but also they're my web and email address. There are other webinars every Friday at 11:30 covering various different options. Have a look on our website and you can sign up there. So thanks very much.